welcome. We are Wings, Women in Network Generate Success, Boss Ladies. I'm your host, Jacqueline Jones, and today our spotlight guest is the incredible Miss Susi Bunrkart with Passion in the Numbers. Welcome, Susi.
Thank you.
It's great to have you here.
It's great to be here.
And Passion in the Numbers is all about financial accounting and bookkeeping. Can you share a little bit about your financial experience?
Yes, I started 20 years ago in the banking industry, and then I worked 15 years in the nonprofit industry. And about 8 years ago, I decided to strike out on my own and start my own company because I saw a real need in the industry for smaller businesses that needed financial help in bookkeeping and in accounting. And so I decided to strike out on my own, and I'm very glad I did.
Yes, I can imagine. And I know with working with small business owners, you have found something that is so lacking with entrepreneurs and small business owners, and they're really great at their craft, but the foundation of their business and looking at the numbers is something, what? Can you share with that?
Yeah, I think that's the one piece that most small businesses don't realize, that the financial part of their business is the background of their business. I mean, if you're not looking at your financials, if you're not operating in the plus, if you're not realizing and planning ahead of what you're going to need, not only for the business but personally, it just lends itself to failure.
Yeah, absolutely. And because of your history in the financial world, share a little bit with our viewers of where you started. Just a few tiny years ago, Susi.
Yeah.
You know, that you do have the depth of finances and so forth. So just share a little bit about that.
Well, I started out in the banking industry. I started out actually a week after I graduated from high school. I told my mother I wasn't going to last the summer, and I hated numbers. And here I am today. So I was there for 20 years.
Where is that?
Home Savings of America. It was a savings and loan in California.
So you started in the banking industry. You started
Correct.
in the home savings and loan, and was there for 20 years.
Right.
Which is quite a bit of time for someone that didn't think they liked the numbers, but now you have a passion for it. So share with us why you have a passion for numbers. And I love the name of your company, which is Passion in the Numbers, because it really does reflect every business, and it does reflect you.
I think the part I like the most is figuring out problems and helping people to see the light, if you might want to call it that, of their financials and how to read financial reports and to see them financially succeed.
Yeah, yeah. And one thing I know you do is that you get in touch with your clients the minute you see, hey, pay attention to this. You need to know this is where your numbers are. Instead of just saying, hey, I'm doing your numbers every month and looking at the banking and reconciling, you actually work with your clients to say, you might want to look at making some changes at this point. So
Right.
share about that.
Well, it's really important to use your financial statements and as a guide as you go along, because it's really hard to make adjustments in the rearview mirror if you've been overpaying for something or you're not charging enough. And then you look at it 6 months down the road, and it's a little too late to make that adjustment when you
Right.
needed to.
So that course correcting
Right.
that you help your clients do, instead of looking in the rearview mirror, look forward, through your vision, and being able to make those adjustments is what you bring to the table.
Right. I mean, if you look at not necessarily large companies, but companies that have a great restaurant, let's say, or they have a great product, and they go under, and you scratch your head and you go, I wonder why they did that. And it's because they weren't paying attention to the numbers.
Right. Exactly. And so what do you think sets you apart from other financial strategists that help work with companies as a consultant, or bookkeepers that are working with the small and medium-sized companies?
Well, I help develop a system, so it's not just coding the transactions. I help develop a system that's to help it run smoothly so that it takes the onus off of the business owner, and also teach them how to read their financial statements and their balance sheet and their profit and loss statements so that they really, they can look at it in a glance and know where they stand.
So you really are an extension of their company. So
Correct.
for a small business owner, you really work with them as an extension of their company, as if you were in their company,
That's correct.
advising them all the way, creating a system, creating a financial system with them.
I actually treated it as if it was my own company. That's how I treat my clients.
That's fantastic. And you work with them on a monthly basis, is
That's
that
correct.
right?
And
So why don't you share a little bit about how you work with clients, and this is what is so important, because then you really build that relationship.
Right, so we start out, we develop a system. If they're behind in their bookwork and their bookkeeping and things, we get that up to date. And then we develop a system and, you know, what I need, what they need every month. And then we pride ourselves on the fact that we have our clients reconciled from the previous month by the 15th of the following month. If there's any issues, we go over them, and so everything is current. They're not looking at stuff 6 months, a year later when they're doing their taxes going, oh my God, if I'd have only done this.
Right. And you bring that to their attention. So you really are an extension
Right.
for especially small business owners, working with them. What kind of clients do you like to serve?
Basically, I like to serve clients that really want to learn about their business, that understand the importance of the finances of their business, and take ownership in it.
Yeah. So people that are interested, engaged,
Right.
and are going to be forward-looking rather than looking in that rearview mirror.
Correct. Or
Yeah.
here, oh my God, I need you to clean this up again.
Right. And so the cleanup work is maybe part of it in the beginning,
Right,
but that's where it ends with
Right.
you.
right.
And really giving your clients the service that they need on a monthly basis. So if you were to give some tips and strategies to our viewers here today, what would you tell them about starting a business? And just a general business, what they should know on that financial bookkeeping end?
Well, I think they need to, number one, set a budget, income and expenses, and be realistic. And be realistic, which a lot of people leave out of the equation, is what are you personally going to need to survive? And make that a part of your budget so that you're setting yourself up for success.
Right. And is it also true that you need to have that this is my end point,
Right.
right? So that it's like, okay, when I get to this point, I need to make a decision about continuing or finding that opportunity or saying this is it.
Correct. I mean, it's like, okay, I've got this great idea. I think I can really make it work. But once you get to that end point and you've put so much money into it, how far are you willing to go and be able to see that and say, okay, time's up. I'm
Right.
on to the next thing.
Right. And here's the thing, and Susie really helps you, instead of, you working for your business, getting your business to work for you. And that's where the financials come into a big, big play, because you don't want to work for a business, you want the business to work for you, which is why you go into business in the first place. So really changing that paradigm that you want your business working for you. And it's really starts with your financials and your bookkeeping. And it's so critical that your numbers are set. And I know that as entrepreneurs, as business owners, we have this thing that we do super well. But generally, that's not the financial side. So what is the importance of getting with somebody that helps with the financial strategy end?
Well, it can make or break you, basically. And it's a critical piece of your business. I mean, if you want to pay absolutely no attention to the finances, then you should go get a job with someone, because that's part of running a business. And, just starting from the ground up, I mean, just starting with your financial plan in place, and then a financial piece that has an operational piece every month.
Exactly. And so finding somebody like Susie or somebody that works with you on that piece is absolutely critical to every new business. So Susie, if our viewers here want to get in touch with you, what's the best way they should contact you?
They can contact me by email. My email address is Susi, S-U-S-I, @passionandthenumbers.com, or they can contact me through my website, which is passionandthenumbers.com, or they can call me directly, and my number is 303-921-9526.
That's fantastic. Susie, thank you so much. You are really a true gift to entrepreneurs and business owners who are setting up their business. And I know we use you for all our financials and wouldn't do it any other way. So thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome.
Thank you, everybody. I'm your host, Jacqueline Jones with Wings Boss Ladies. We thank you for being with us. We know you have choices and appreciate your viewership. Please subscribe and like us. We're Wings Boss Ladies. You can find us here and on several channels. I'm Jacqueline Jones, your host of the Wings Boss Ladies.